Greetings and welcome to Mind Over Number. I'm Karonda, spiritual coach, intuitive reader, and numerologist. Clearing my space for this Life Path 3 reading. Before we get started over here, let's give thanks to the Divine Mother, Father, God, who helps me interpret these messages in the way they are meant to be received. So if you are of negative orientation, you likely won't enjoy my energy. But you're welcome to stay. You just won't like it. Now, your life path is what you came here to learn. It's also important when you are choosing a career, as it can help indicate the best path for you. If you don't know how to calculate your life path number, just add the single digits of your birth year to the single or double digit of your birth month, and add that to the single or double digit of your birthday. If you want a breakdown on how I calculate the life path number and the specific method I use, which allows me to get your tarot and astrological correspondence, my information is in the numerology info playlist on the channel, where I break it down in a few of those videos there. Your life path is one of several other numbers in your numerology chart. Other core numbers, such as your soul urge, your personality, your maturity numbers, your expression number, karmic numbers, your birth month, your birthday, your generational number, all play significant roles while you are on your journey. So if you ever want a full reading from me, or I look at all your numbers, as well as look at your pinnacle and challenge numbers, your life cycles ages 0 through 81 through the Divine Triangle Blueprint, all my information is in the description box below the video. If you are the Life Path 3, you came here to learn how to express yourself. That could be through communication, that could be through the arts, that could be through writing. It's also an energy about personal growth and development. So you are also learning about social dynamics, community, your place within different social settings. Okay, that is the life path of 3. 3s are very optimistic. They're very enthusiastic. They are able to spread positivity in their environments and very good at building connections and relationships. So 3s struggle a lot of time with a very scattered energy. They can also be a bit superficial at times, suffering from mood swings and being very sensitive to criticism as well, and expressing their feelings. So that is 3 energy. So this specific reading is going to be about learning your own worth. Okay, what potentially could be blocking you from getting out of feeling so heavy and burdened by your experiences, and how we can get you back to center, okay, back to feeling more whole and authentic within yourself. So I'm ready here. Let's get started and go. We got a 10 here. All right, 10 is the number of awareness. Okay, it's about closing one cycle and beginning another. It's about being receptive and open to new opportunities while standing in our own independence. So the 10th month or the 10th day of any month could be significant. The life path 1, as well as the first month or the first day or the 10th day of any month. Okay. I'm going to get 10 cubes out of my Zodiac bag to help give you confirmation for this reading. Always take what resonates for you, leave what does not. Do not make any situation fit. But if it does, that is a sign and synchronicity for you. These could be your signs or the signs of someone you're dealing with or signs important for this message. We have Pisces, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. We also have the time and space of December 22nd through January 19th. So this could be a significant time for an event, someone's birthday, a significant time and space, this year, last year, of when something occurred, will occur, or has occurred. That is Capricorn season. We have the bull falling out here with the elements of water, earth, and double fire falling out here. So someone is very heated when it comes to their emotions or their security, finances, relationships, as that is earth energy, and water deals with our emotions, our feelings, our intuition. And this bull coming out here is, well, they can be a little bit hot-headed, okay? They can be very stubborn, very grounded. They can charge headfirst into situations, even though the red flag is right there. Okay, so, what is this energy, threes? What is keeping you from being balanced right now? Before we get into the tarot, I'm going to get a card from the Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle to get a feel for the energy. Then we're going to look at what could potentially be holding my threes back from themselves. Okay. What is one card, one message for my life path threes? One message they need at this current time and space. Message for my threes. Okay. We have a 33 on the card, Master Number Energy, which talks about balancing your inner voice with the external voices. Your own expression with the expression of others around you to be more balanced and harmonious in your environment. The 6th month or the 6th day of any month could be significant. The life path 6 or the life path 33. We have embrace effortlessness on the card. So let's see what the book has to say. Embrace effortlessness. We weren't raised to work with the ebb and flow of energies. We were raised to determine a course of action, have goals, and stick to them. The message has been, if it's challenging, uphill, exhausting, or overwhelming, keep going. Suffer the hardship because it makes the reward so much sweeter. This has led us to go against our own divine nature, punishing ourselves with struggles that feel uphill and suffocating. But the way of Source is to work with the flow. Now is the time to turn off the should in your mind. Turn your energies downhill. Let go of the idea that your dream or decision requires you to toil. Yes, you are in for hard work and commitment, but no, you do not get extra points for suffering. Let others have that battle. It's your time to relax. Call on your invisible allies. Let Source and its flow be your partner in this achievement, okay? So, threes. We've been putting a lot of work in, a lot of effort, a lot of energy. Okay, we could have this belief about ourselves that, we need to suffer for our art or suffer to create art. But things don't have to be difficult, right? You don't have to be in pain to get a reward. Work should not be hard. It does not have to be hard. When you're doing something that you actually enjoy, it's not hard work at all. And so if you're experiencing the opposite, it should let you know that it's something that you possibly should not be continuing to do. Embrace effortlessness. What is the message for you right now, threes? So, let's get the tarot and see what's holding my threes back. So, what are my threes holding on to that is no longer serving them? What do threes need to release? Judgment reverse. Reverse the judgment. Okay. Now, judgment is fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but it's the element of fire, right? And we got heavy fire in the Zodiac dice. So fire is the element of spirit. It's the element of intuition, its desires, its passions, its ambitions, its beliefs, right? It's about our actions. And with this falling out reverse, it's doubt. It's doubt in our actions. It's doubt in our beliefs. It's doubt in our direction. It's destructive in placing a lot of blame on outside influences when the only thing that we can ever blame for anything going on in our own life is ourselves. So I'm getting there's a need to release doubt and fear, and even fear of judgment from others. Right? No one ever judges us as harshly as we judge ourselves. If you're afraid of things coming out the wrong way, if you're afraid of speaking, if you're afraid of doing anything, if you're afraid of, getting on the bus, afraid of driving, afraid of going to school, or afraid of giving a speech, no one is making as big of a deal as it is you will. So unless you call attention to something, no one is really paying attention. And we can get caught up a lot of times in things that people aren't even thinking about. You could show up to work one day and have a stain on your shirt. And you can go the whole day with that stain on your shirt, but you weren't paying attention. But unless someone is judging you or looking for something to judge you on, would they notice that stain on your shirt? And why are they drawing attention to it in the first place? When it's really not that big of a deal. Something so small and ridiculous as a stain, right? You can easily clean it off in the bathroom and let it air dry. So we could be, blowing things out of proportion at times, making something bigger than what it really is. Because we could feel like things need to be a certain way before we can even take action. But by you taking action is the first step. So, where can my threes be more receiving? Where can they open up here? There we go. The page of swords reverse. Overthinking, overanalyzing, talking a lot, but not doing anything. This is your block right now, 3. Okay? Spending way too much time overanalyzing communication, circumstance, distance, doubt, what could go wrong, what could go right. Okay? Every little thing. Being very critical of other people's actions because they don't align with ours, even at times. It's very defensive energy here. So, what do 3s need to work on here to help them heal this? What belief needs to be written for them at this time? Okay. We got the Knight of Cups. This could have something to do with our beliefs surrounding our teenage years or as a young adult that we could have picked up. But there's this story that we're telling ourselves about our achievements, what we need to do to move things to the next level in our life. What we need to do to gain love and emotional support. or even gain advancement in our career or our education. Thinking that we have to keep doing something to get it, when the only thing we need to be worried about is simply being. Right? You don't have to do anything to be loved because you are love. And so there could be a belief surrounding, maybe when I get this thing, I can have this. When I get this other thing, then I can finally have this. But you'll have the thing once you know that you already are the thing, that you have the thing. And not doubting that you have it in the first place, because it's always there. So, what part of yourself is ready to reclaim your power here? We got this Nine of Swords reverse. The overworking, the overthinking, the not resting, the worried about the next thing you gotta do without taking a break to even finish the first thing that you started. There's a lot of stress that needs to be released. It's time for healing. It's time to recover, and it's time to gain control over your own thoughts. There's a lot of mental conflict here, a lot of anguish, a lot of negativity, a lot of, just, I'm getting like, people gossiping, talking bad about you, saying a lot of things that aren't true just to be hurtful, just to make you feel less than what you are. It's, a lot of judgment, but they're saying all these things to make you doubt your own capabilities so that you can remain in a certain paradigm, but that's not the one that you're meant to live in. And what's right for someone else may not be right for you. So, what is one step my threes can take at this time? Six of Cups. The one step, something that you can do right now to get more grounded in your energy, help you get, a clear direction on where you need to grow or improve. We have the Six of Cups energy. Now, this could mean a lot of things, but take it as it resonates for you. This could speak about children, right? This could talk about things in our childhood. This talks a lot about innocence. It can also talk about memories, feeling nostalgic, right? Things of the past. This could also talk about meeting new people. And feeling more joyful with the new connections that we make. So we may need to revisit the past, remember what we even wanted to do when we were a kid. You know, everybody always gets asked that question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And maybe someone told you that you shouldn't do that thing. But when we're a kid, we already know what we want to do. We have an idea, at least. I mean, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an artist. Because I would draw pictures all the time. I wanted to create. I was very artistic. And so I went to school for graphic design. And even if I didn't draw pictures, I still wrote poetry. I still wrote down my feelings. I listened to music. I just knew I wanted to express my creativity in some way, shape, or form. And when you're an artist, sometimes people don't think it's very practical. Okay, that could be photography, painting. There's many art forms out there. But because you don't make a lot of money from it, or you may get like one big check from it, and then, not getting you work for months, it can be finicky with artwork. Musicians all the time, or artists, singers, they talk a lot about, only getting pennies on the dollar for their music because their contractor, what's it called? You just started itching. What's it called? Or their manager or the company takes the majority of it, right? But there's so many ways now where people can share their art without having to go to a middleman. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, essentially. So there could be a call to remember what you wanted before the whole entire world told you something different. Here. Because it's not always about being practical. It's about doing what you know you're called to do. Because once you are doing what you're called to do, once you're doing something that's very joyful, that's abundant, that you find emotionally fulfilling, everything else falls into place. So, what is your highest self? I want you to know this time. What is one final message from your soul for my life path threes? The Star reversed with the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I'm getting, there's a message to let yourself be seen. The star is a very healing energy, but there's a need to get more clear and calm and authentic with your truth. To be still. Awaken to the truth. And not be afraid of other people's reactions, other people's opinions, other people's beliefs. You're always being protected and guided no matter what choice you go down. But when you're doing something that takes a lot of effort and energy to maintain, you're not doing what you want to do at that point. You're doing it because you are stuck in this routine. And so there's a need to let your truth be spoken here. This Page of Swords could also talk about immature communication or playing small, right? We could be going through the motions and a lot of things. And with this King of Wands, the King of Wands is someone who is very courageous. They're a leader. They're very powerful. They're charismatic, okay? They're meant to be seen and speak and say and express themselves unapologetically. Okay, so that is what I'm getting here for you threes. What you got to say, Rebel Deck? You need a big effing hug. Put the effing phone down and boom. Lightning bolt. Squeeze! Too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person and, well, figure ish out on your own. Okay? So, we can be, escaping situations by spending a lot of time, on the internet, on our phone, playing games, scrolling. Doom scrolling is what they call it now. We may need to just go express yourself to someone because we're keeping all those feelings and emotions inside because of what other people have said about someone that wasn't necessarily true. Or we could have realized something and now there's a calling to figure it on your own. Okay, don't get any advice from other people. Go figure it on your own. If you want the truth, go get the truth. If you want a hug, go get a hug. What you waiting for? Get out of your head and into your heart space. There's only ever two answers you can get when you ask a yes or no question. Okay? Yes or no. And if you never ask the question, the only answer you are ever going to get is no. So the least you can do is, ask the question. It automatically boosts your odds. And sometimes you're not asking the wrong question, you're asking the wrong person. Because it only takes one person to say yes. Final card for you threes. I am still, with the 12 on the card. So the 12th month, the 12th day of any month could be significant. The 3rd day, the 3rd month, the number 3, the number 12. Life path 3. Now 12 is an energy of recognizing the truth that everyone is really a reflection of you. That your inner world is a reflection of your outside world. And so if you find yourself stuck in a place that's no longer fit for you, there's a need to change your perspective and possibly change environments. To create a new opportunity that's better suited for you. I'm still is what's on the card. I understand that there are times to move and there are times to be still. In my stillness, I seek greater understanding. I take time to rest and contemplate. I strive for unconditional happiness here in the present. I am still. So, I feel like we've been moving in one direction for so long and haven't taken the time to reflect on our own needs and what we want. So there could be a time to rest and contemplate and be thankful for what you have in this present moment. Not worry about what may happen in the future, what happened in the past. Just worry about what you can do right now in this moment, because now is really the only time that there is. That's the message I got for you right now, threes. If any of that resonated with you, please like the video, leave a comment. Okay, if it did not, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you for joining me, and I love you.